Hey guys, Ryan Carroll with Vinco Fitness Systems. We're continuing our Strength Primer series. Today we're talking about back squats. So we're gonna learn today how to set a new personal record in our back squats on max out day. It is quite a bit different from what we did with deadlifts. So if you saw the other video, awesome, definitely apply that to deadlifts, but we're gonna be doing some different things with our back squats today. I've already done my general warm-up, so hip flexor stretching, soft tissue work, foam rolling, some body weight squats, body weight lunges, some band work, right? I'm generally ready to go. Now I'm gonna hit some warm-up sets at some light percentages. That's a little bit similar to what I did with deadlifts. I'll walk you through the percentages in my rep scheme that I did right after you see me do it. And once again, guys, please, before you try and employ these methods, it's assumed that you're already healthy and already training, already been working on strength. These are a little bit more advanced methods. I'll talk about how to apply them to beginners and intermediates as opposed to advanced. What I'll be showing today is the advanced protocol. So please be safe, be smart about your training. Right, I've just finished my warm-up sets for squats. I did 2 sets of 5, 2 sets of 3, and then finally a set of 1 at 35, 45, 55, 65, and then finally 75%. And so now's when the work begins. What I'm gonna be doing is unracking and just slightly bending my hips with a very heavy weight, and then I'll be reducing the weight down for a single that follows. And I'll talk about the percentages, the hows and the whys to do everything after you see me go through the process. There we go. Damn good squat day right there. Let's start talking a little bit about the nuts and bolts of how to do what I just did. First, once I got into these working sets, I wore a belt for all of them. Now, I don't want people to wear belts all the time, but if you're at or above 80-85% of your max, go ahead and wear a belt. It's only gonna help you out. You're not gonna get weaker because of it. If you use a belt all the time, you're probably gonna somewhat become reliant on it, and you're not gonna necessarily be strengthening the necessary supporting muscles that belt is helping support. So don't use a belt until you get up and over that 80-85% of your 1 rep max mark, okay? So that being said, all of these sets were at 82% and above for me. Well, I finished that last warm-up set at 75% of my max, and then I jumped to 120% of my 82% 1 rep max, okay? So 20% more than my 82%, if that makes sense, okay? Now I do that to overload, kind of similar to what we did for deadlift. I do that to overload those muscles so that they're primed for the following full rep, okay? We're taking advantage again of that post-activation potentiation where our muscles are now capable and ready to fire harder and faster and stronger for the following effort. So I took 20% more than what I was gonna squat. I unracked it, did a partial squat, held it for a second, finished out my hips, and then re-racked it. Then I adjusted the weight down to my 82% and did my single there. Then I did 120% of my 92%, did a single at 92%, and then I unracked 120% above my old 1 rep max, and then came back down to a PR attempt, or a heavy single, really. We're not always gonna be able to hit a PR, but this does work a lot of the time. So take advantage of that post-activation potentiation. I'm gonna show you guys a picture now of those percentages so you can make note for your next squat day. All right, now for those of you who don't know what your 1 rep max is, so you can't figure out these percentages yet, what I want you to do is warm your way up as I did, something light for 5, something a little bit heavier for 5, a little bit heavier for 3, a little bit heavier for 3, a little bit heavier for 1. That should be where you're just starting to feel like there's some weight on the bar. It's just a little bit challenging at that point for that last warm-up rep, that single. Now, after that, I want you to increase what's on the bar by 20%, and then drop that down by 10%. So increase the bar by 20%, unrack just like I did, do a quarter squat, re-rack it, take 10% of that weight back off the bar, and then do a full rep single. Continue doing that process, 20% increase to unrack, 10% decrease to a full set, until you reach a full rep where you either don't feel confident or comfortable going up anymore, or you actually do fail a rep. That's where you would stop, and the previous completed rep is now your 1 rep max that you can reference in the future to use the percentages and take advantage of this method again. Remember, this should come after another few months of training before you employ this method again for your max out day. That's all I got for you today, guys. If you like this video, definitely give our Facebook page a like, give our Instagram a like. I'm gonna be doing the bench press video as well, and we've already got the deadlift video out. So again, if you like this video, go check out those. It's just good free information for you guys to use in your workouts. And please drop a comment. Let me know how it goes after you've used it.